If you are a woman going through separation and divorce or the demise of any long-term relationship, then I have a message for you. Or if you have a friend or a loved one who is going through this difficult season of life and you just aren't sure how to help them navigate the journey, you don't know how to encourage them or what support they need simply because you can't fully understand what they're going through, then you too can benefit from what I'm about to share and this incredible resource and recovery program that I'm about to talk about. Millions of women every year wake up one morning having been married, sometimes for decades, and realize for one reason or another, the marriage is over. And that statistic includes thousands of Christian women too. Women who once had a partner to do life with, now they don't. Women who thought they'd grow old with their spouses, now they're left wondering if they'll be alone forever. Women whose husband left, struggled with addictions and or had an affair. Women who may have had affairs of their own that they regret. Or maybe they just simply grew apart over the years and the marriage ended. Maybe this describes you and you can relate to exactly what I'm saying. But regardless of how someone's singleness came to be, they're most likely struggling, hurting so deeply it feels worse than physical pain, drowning in confusion about how this happened, how your husband could do this to you and your children, how you got to this place you never wanted to be in. You feel more alone than you ever have. The future, which once seemed secure, now seems terrifying. You don't even know who you are anymore, and you hate this unfamiliar life that you're stuck in. Maybe you feel like you'll never get over what happened, maybe not even survive. You feel completely alone, broken, and lost, but you don't want to be. Well, friend, I have some great news. You don't have to be. Even though it seems like the life you knew is over, and in some ways it is, life itself is not over. There is so much in store for you, including happiness and peace. I know that right now happiness and peace probably seem impossible. I totally get it. I imagine you feel like nobody understands your pain. Not a person on the planet comprehends what you're really going through. You may be feeling judged, misunderstood, embarrassed, maybe disposable, unlovable, not enough, and tossed aside. But worst of all, you may be feeling like you don't fit in anywhere. Not with the married couples or the single groups, not in your social circles, and worse yet, maybe not even at church. You feel scared and all alone on this unknown path, this journey you never wanted to be on in the first place. Like I said, I completely understand what you're going through. When my marriage of 25 years abruptly ended due to circumstances beyond my control, I felt like my whole world came crumbling down around me, leaving me crushed and devastated, alone and terrified. It felt like a freight train had jumped the track and slammed into my life, and I was left wondering how to dig myself and my children out of the debris of destruction that surrounded us. On top of that, I was so disappointed in the lack of Christian resources available for women like me going through a separation or divorce. I scoured the internet for books to not only help me navigate the complications of divorce, but to speak truth and hope into my soul, to help me heal. But I couldn't find anything. I also longed to connect with a community of women who were experiencing the same pain as I was, but didn't know where to turn either. I just wished I could find a friend or two who truly understood my pain and fears. I needed a support group, but I didn't feel comfortable in a super structured environment with men and women. And that is exactly why, several years after God healed my heart and brokenness, that I wrote my book, Living Unbroken, Reclaiming Your Life and Your Heart After Divorce, and created an online Facebook group named Surviving Divorce, which I'd love for you to look up and join me there, along with thousands of women who are finding the support and encouragement they need. But all this is also why I poured my heart and soul into creating the Living Unbroken Divorce Recovery Workbook and a 7-week video series to encourage and equip women to hold their heads high, to regain their confidence, take back their lives, and find hope and happiness again. The Living Unbroken Divorce Recovery Program is a one-of-a-kind, unique, women's-only alternative to small group study around divorce. It fosters community and healing through discussion questions, scripture verses, and even real-life stories from women around the country that will encourage you and give you hope for your future. It is a safe place where you can feel seen, heard and understood, and hopefully form lasting friendships with women who can walk together with you in your journey to healing and happiness. You can do this study at home alone with your workbook and me on your TV screen, or you can host a small group in your home, or you could even ask your church leadership to host a study at your church and possibly make it a long-term part of your women's ministry program for years to come. Throughout this program, you can help yourself and maybe others discover the end of your marriage is not the end of you. God still has a beautiful plan for you and for your future. Click on the links in this post for more information about all the Living Unbroken resources to help you or someone you love today.